If you are unemployed and looking for a job, or simply fancy a change from your current job but are worried about applying for a new one, don't be. I will be showing you how to get the job that you are applying for. Make a resume or CV. Before you apply for the job, you'll want to ensure that you have made a resume or CV. This is a complete summary of your life, listing everything that you have done, and is important as potential employers will read through it before deciding whether you're a worthy candidate to be working for them. You'll want to start by listing out your qualifications. If you don't have any qualifications, just make it up. I don't think employers will check the accuracy of this, as they are busy with other things, such as firing people and making money, so you should be safe. Just make sure to list realistic qualifications, otherwise you could be quizzed on them and then that potential job could be game over for you. Next, you'll want to list all of the jobs that you have had. Again, if you have never had a job before, you can always make one up. You might be quizzed on this part of the resume as well, so you can just inform the employer that you can't remember the name of the company that you applied for, and this should get them off your back. The next step will be to list all of your hobbies. Again, if you have no interests or passions in your life at all, then be sure to make something up. An example of a hobby you could write on your resume could be, I am an avid television show watcher, spending many hours of the day slumped on the couch eating potato chips, sometimes wearing clothes, and sometimes not. You do not need to give that extra last bit of detail about the clothes you wear for this hobby activity, but there is no harm in including it. Once you have completed your resume, you can then apply for the job that you're after. What is the next step? You see the job of your dreams and you think, yes, this one is for me. The next step will be to send with your recently completed resume a covering letter to that job to explain why you have applied for them. Make sure to put as the top reason the salary that the job provides. Also, no matter what the company you apply for is, say what a wonderful company it is, even if you despise it to the very core of your being, hating everything it stands for and produces, and wishing for the company to go into administration. Instead, just write, you have a nice company. It is important not to write too much in the covering letter, as you want to leave an air of mystery about you, to leave the employer intrigued about you. So if you wish, the only thing you need to say in the covering letter is, you have a nice company. That should do the trick. Once you have sent your resume and covering letter over to the company, the next step will be to wait for them to get back to you. Allow up to 6 months for this. If after 6 months you have not heard back from them, then they are probably not interested in you. However, it is always worth calling them up after this time, just in case they accidentally forgot to let you know that they do actually want to consider hiring you. If you get a reply back from the company and they like you, then you have almost got the job. The last small obstacle will be an interview. They will want to see you in person and will ask you questions to see if you are a match for the job. I will now go through 10 commonly asked interview questions that the employer may ask and demonstrate exactly how you should answer them. Tell me about yourself. Well, I have a PhD in quantum mechanics at the university where I simultaneously managed to find a cure for many diseases. I passed every exam in school with the highest grades possible, and my teacher said I was the most gifted genius he had ever seen. I forget his name. When I'm not saving the world, in my free time I am an avid TV show watcher, spending many hours of the day on the couch looking at the TV screen, and I love to eat Doritos, mainly the cool original flavour, although the spicy ones are good too. Why do you want the job? Well, it said in the job description when I was applying that I would be paid to work here. That is the main reason. What are your strengths and weaknesses? My strengths would be watching Netflix on the television, interacting with my mobile phone, and daydreaming. I am glad you asked about my weaknesses because I have quite a lot to get through. First, hard work. I don't think anybody enjoys that, and because of my chronic laziness, it makes it very hard to get anything done. I even find getting out of bed each day a massive chore. Also, I don't like being told what to do. Generally, if you tell me to do something, I will ignore you. I also find working in a team very stressful because in my last job, for example, my work colleagues refused to cover for me when I wanted to go to the pub, so that made me very angry. Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? Hopefully living somewhere in the Caribbean after I take an early retirement. Anywhere away from the working world would be nice. Describe a problem you have had in the past and how you have overcome it. A few years back, I had a blocked toilet. I tried flushing the toilet, but the blockage wouldn't clear, so I called the plumber and he fixed it. He charged me a ridiculous amount of money, which made me very angry, but the problem was gone. If you were an animal, what animal would you be? I would be a sloth, as I get away with doing the bare minimum, which is part of my philosophy as well. Why is there a gap in your work history? I have taken a significant amount of time out of work to pursue my passion of sleeping. 8 years later, I feel now is the right time to get back into work. What do you know about our company? Your company? I know the name of it. That's about all really. What can you do for us that other candidates can't? I will do whatever it takes to land this job. If you want me to do a little overtime work, if you need me to be your bodyguard, or if you need someone whacked, I will be your guy. Do you have any questions? Yes, I have 4 questions. How much will I get paid? What is the maximum number of sick days I can have while still being paid? How much annual leave will I get? And will I have to give up my unemployment benefits if you give me the job? So that is the complete guide to getting the job that you are applying for. With these tips, you should never be out of work again. If there is any other advice that you would also use to land the dream job, be sure to leave it in the comments section below. Until next time, see you later.